What is going on? What's going on, everyone? Coach Derica here, coming before you with another live out of the out of brokenness series that I have been doing, and I want to talk to you today. The title should show up, but just in case it isn't, the title of this live is "You Can Go Alone," and I'm checking to make sure that I'm live. Yep, I am. Awesome, awesome. All right, you guys. So I'm not going to be before you all very long. As many of you know, I have just seen my daughter off to the airport. Her flight was a little bit delayed, so she literally just took off. But it's kind of as my mom put it, bittersweet. It's bittersweet because although you miss her and you want someone that you care about to be with you, you have to let them spread their wings so that they can fly, and she is truly spreading her wings. So I could not be more proud of her. Doesn't mean that I don't feel it, doesn't mean that I won't miss her, but goodness gracious, Air Force, 3 years. And then they're talking, and the thing that kind of makes it a little bit more tougher is because they have all these restrictions now because of the pandemic. So it's not just like as simple as ABC. For civilians, people who are actually in the service, there's a little bit more criteria that has to be followed in order for them to be able to have leave. But, anyways, enough about that. I want to talk to you today about going alone. There is there is a point in time where you are going to have to do what it is that God has for you by yourself. A lot of times we feel better, we feel more confident, we feel more secure, we feel more courageous when we have people by our side, when we have people with us, people that we love, people that we are accustomed to having in our corner, in our circle, in our life. And I believe that, my daughter leaving to go to Italy is kind of really a perfect segue to today's lesson about being able to have the confidence to go alone. Many of you know she has been my road dog. Every time we have a conference, she is with me. So it does hit just a little bit different to know that she is now living her life and doing the things that she wants to do. But nonetheless, it's a perfect opportunity for God to really continue to come into my life, and I don't have the distraction of, trying to keep up with her and all her many activities that she's been involved in, and I actually have more time to focus. And let me actually turn down my volume on my phone. I really want to go into First Kings. Okay, First Kings. That's really where I've been at. Studying Elijah. You guys know he was one of the greatest prophets, I feel, when it came to faith and just a lot of the things that he did. And so in First Kings 18, there 18:23 to be exact, there was a particular situation where he was building an altar, and he told the other people who worshiped Baal to build an altar as well too. And because they believed in their God, little g, and he believed in our God, big G. He let them go first. But the thing that really struck me is that he doused his altar with water, and in the trench there was water, and it was just soaking wet with water. No way you can start a fire. And basically it was kind of like a contest. Let's see whose God strikes a match and basically sets these altars on fire first. So the thing is that he let them go first. He let them go first. And a lot of people would have said, "No, I'm not going to let them go first. What if they win? What if they beat me? Or what if they are better than me, or whatever the case may be? What if they finish first?" But his mindset was coming from a place of confidence. He had confidence in the God that he served, and he had confidence in what the God that he served could do and would do. And that comes from a place of faith. When you have faith, you begin to have more confidence in God and the things that you're able to do, because you know that you serve a God that is capable of bringing the fire. And so in that situation, he actually said, "No, you know what? You guys take first. Go ahead and take first. I'll take fire. And, I feel like this lesson is such a powerful, powerful, powerful lesson because there's been so many times, if you can relate in life, where you felt like if you didn't go first, you didn't want to be last. And so you fought, you complained, you argued, you yelled. Some people even did things, to manipulate and different things like that, just so they could be first, just so they could be recognized before everyone else. And in this situation, Elijah said, "No, you go ahead and go first. I'm cool. I'll wait. I'll wait." And if you really, really hear me and you really, really think about this, a lot of times in life, that's what we want. We want first. We want to go first. We want to have that number one spot. But here's the thing with God. God is not a respecter of persons. He's not a respecter of persons. But in your relationship with him, and something that I have discovered the deeper that I go, is that when you know that God is for you, like when you absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, know that God is for you, you also know that his spirit lives within you. And when you know that he's for you and you know that his spirit lives within you, then you become convinced. You become convinced that his favor and presence rest upon you. You're not really consumed with insecurities. You're not consumed with doubts. You don't feel like the odds are stacked against you. You feel like you have favor. And matter of fact, you know you have favor. And when you know you have favor and you know the type of God that you serve, you begin to walk in assurity. You begin to walk in expectation. You begin to walk in confidence because you know that you serve a God that is capable of bringing the fire. And that's what Elijah was basically representing for us in Kings 18:23. He knew, he knew without a shadow of a doubt that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they did. They was cutting themselves, hooping and hollering and doing all these other things. And he didn't blink an eye. He didn't move. He didn't budge because he knew that he served a God that was going to bring the fire. And so I think a lot of times in life, we have to really understand that we don't have to worry about or be consumed about what anybody else is doing. If it is their season to do their thing and to prosper and to be celebrated, celebrate them. Be happy for them. Truly, truly happy for them. Don't be envious. Don't be jealous. Don't feel like you have to go and throw somebody under a bus or manipulate your way into things or twist things up. Be happy for them in their winning season. Be happy for them in their winning season. Because when you serve a God that does nothing but win, you know that your winning season is right around the corner. You know it. So, in all aspects, neither the best, nor the biggest, nor the first is really truly any comparison for having God's blessing, having God's favor, and having God's backing. And that's the kind of confidence that we need to exude from in our daily walk, our daily belief, our daily life. We have to really truly believe that if God is for us, who can be against us? And you probably can think back to, different times and things like that where you thought that, oh man, everybody else is doing so good. Everybody else is getting all these blessings, but I'm over here struggling. I'm over here experiencing this season of Kirith. But one thing that I had to learn along my journey is that I can have confidence and I can have a surety and I can trust that God has me no matter what season it is for anyone else. I can have the confidence and know that God has my back, that I am blessed, that I am favored, and that I actually am on the winning side. And so because of the fact that I know that I'm on the winning side, I'm not afraid to not have a whole bunch of people with me. I'm not afraid to go alone. I'm not afraid to even go second. Maybe someone else needs to go first and pave the way for me. And a lot of times you get so caught up, so caught up in, you know, oh my goodness, what happens if I can't do this today, or what happens if that actually will cause stress and that actually will cause anxiety. I've experienced it. I've experienced it. But now the point that I'm in right now is that I know that there is a certain confidence that I can have in my walk with God. I don't have to be anxious. I don't have to be worried. I don't have to fret. I don't have to lose sleep. I actually sleep quite well, knowing that God has my back. And so, as I close today, because I said I wasn't going to be on here long, and I really mean that. As I close today, I want you to think about points in your life where you feel like you have to have everyone on your side and you have to have everyone's approval and you have to have everyone with you in order to have courage, in order to have strength, in order to be able to complete a task, in order to be able to go somewhere, in order to be able to do anything, in order to be able to win. You feel like you have to have people notice, you have to have people's approval. Let me tell you something. On this journey, there are going to be times and there are going to be things that you need to do alone. I talked about a couple days ago that God will sometimes withhold or delay your blessings because He doesn't want anyone else to be able to get credit for the things that He is doing. He doesn't want anybody else to get credit for the things that He's about to do. So don't always be quick to try to bring everyone with you because it may not be their purpose to come with you. Remember, God is a jealous God, and He is not going to settle for anybody else getting the glory for what He is doing and what He is about to do in your life. So thank Him now. Even if you feel like you're alone, don't go jump in a situation just because you feel like you're lonely. Because if you feel lonely, and it's a consistent thing for you, sure, you have times when you may feel like, it'd be nice to have, someone to talk to and things like that. We're human, we experience that. But if you find yourself in a constant state of loneliness, something is missing. Something is missing, and chances are it's God. So you can go alone. You don't need nobody with you. Stop trying to put everybody in your life that ain't supposed to be there. And go ahead and walk up that stairs like I talked about. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm not going real deep. I'm going to get back to this project that I'm working on. I will see y'all tomorrow.